everybody. This is Tom coming to you from a very nice church area actually. I'm out for a run and I decided to stop by here to make a live because it was a while ago. I believe it was sometime in June, so it's actually not that long time ago actually. I'm out for a run, like I said, and I'm trying a different technique. I am going really slow. Also due to I start to have an issue with my legs. I forgot this pain, but this annoying kind of shallow pain, if you can say that, which comes down on the legs, close to the feet. Yeah, you know, if you train a lot, if you do a lot of running, not everybody, but particularly me, I get this recurring pain, so I just gotta actually take a break. But since it's summer, it's difficult to take a break, but I have a small feeling of it, but it's all right. Just trying to, it's nice to go out, you know, I like exercising, keep my head clear, all this good stuff, you know. It is July 15th today, Sunday. And where should I start? Maybe start with the news. You know, I woke up this morning and I saw that there's been an assassination attempt on the president candidate Trump. And what can we say about it? I mean, I've been listening to some news and there's already coming up like sick conspiracies about this being a setup and whatnot, and I just think it's awful. I think it's disgraceful. I mean, you can see clearly the man being in shock after being shot at. For those who don't know, he's being shot at during a rally in Philadelphia, I believe. He's hit on the top of his right ear, apparently to the sources, and you can see the man is clearly in shock from the Secret Service coming up and covering him, and he's raising his fist actually like I'm alive, you know, let's go, or whatever, like a symbolic act of rebellion. And then he's clearly in shock by saying, like, where's my shoe, you know, don't forget my shoe. And you see that he is very disoriented, like somebody who has been in an accident or is undertaken or undergoing some sort of dramatic trauma actually. So that is very clear. And you know, of course they start to speculate. Everybody starts to speculate. They killed one guy who was the attempted shooter, a sniper or a young guy. They took him down. One person, I believe, was killed in the audience from a gunshot into the head. Just horrible, absolutely horrible. And some others seriously critically wounded, like 2 more or something. I could be wrong, but around that amount, like 1 dead and the shooter dead, and like 2 seriously critically wounded. There is speculation about being several shooters. I guess this is normal, you know, when there is a presidential or political assassination attempt. It's always speculate if there's several shooters. But I believe there has not been, at least not a successful assassination of a presidential, I should say, president for, what did they say? I heard something around 50 years. Yeah. It's really windy. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's kind of annoying when you run. But you know, anyway, let's move on. I wanted to make this kind of short. I wanted to bring up that I finally have some good news regarding my own stuff for those who care. And this is like, this is my stuff that I do for fun. Of course, earn a buck here and there. It's just fun, It's not really for being like considered feeling or consider myself like any successful or in any matter, it's my vision basically, So I have this book coming out, actually two. I have my old book being republished, you can say, because now I'm using a service that will actually distribute it way further to way more platforms than simply just having it on Amazon. So my old book is coming out on several platforms, like you just name one and it's probably going to be there. And then I have this new one, which is like a poetry collection, you could say, or lyrics. I define it as a poetry collection because I started to write, back in 2014, I believe. 2004. I remember I started my bachelor's back in 2014. It's 10 years. In August, September, it will be exactly 10 years. And I started to write music at that time. I believe I actually started to write music a little bit earlier. I mean, I did play guitar earlier, before 2014, but I started to write lyrics and texts and songs basically. And what happened is that I kind of started to write small snippets, like lines, shorter, which could be considered poems actually. So I just I have all this material because all throughout my university, all throughout, in particular in Portugal, I started to develop more, because that's where I wrote the first book also. But I started to develop more interest of, is it divinity, or in lack of a better term, spirituality, or also, let's call it like some unknown knowledge, unknown mystic stuff, let's say. Mysticism. Life is interesting. That's what I can tell you when you open up for a different channel, so to say. I then started to more seriously write. Same thing, definitely been writing a lot of music in Portugal, but also more thoughts very close to me in trying to open up that world, if you wish. And then developing poems from that, I guess you can say. Yeah, let's just call it that's what it is then. But it's different to classify it being poem, but I guess that's the closest to what this work now is that I am releasing here in 2 weeks, I think. And that work is called, is already available to pre-order, I believe. Creatures of the Promised Land is the name of that work. So finally I can say that these collections, it's old and also very, very new. So I don't know if it's a collection of up towards 90. So it is a bit of a collection, and I'm definitely feeling actually a bit satisfied about how it turned out. But in the end of the day, it's just another project completed and on towards new projects, because I have a lot of them lined up, and I have, that's what I think it's with some people you have when you are creating things, you gotta have some kind of a vision. And completing one work is just like a little stepping stone. It's a piece of the puzzle, if you wish. Actually, one poem I know is called Puzzle of Stone. You can check it out if you get the book. Ebook or normal traditional print version. I recommend the print, obviously. And I have ordered one author copy also, and it should turn out fine. Scratch on my back. It should absolutely turn out fine. And the thing is that I will not be able to receive it here until I will travel. I will travel to Portugal. Today is Sunday. On next week, in the end of next week, on Friday, I'll be traveling to Portugal to have some holiday, some vacation, and I really look forward to that. I look forward to having like some really nice cold beers there. You know, it's sunny today, but the weather has been so strange these past like 1-2 weeks, with sun and then coming like a huge rainstorm, almost a bit tropical, almost like there is a rainstorm or monsoon or whatever you call it. You know, it's raining a lot, but it's very warm and humid. But now it's actually kind of cold, so I look forward to going down to Portugal and swim in the ocean, in the Atlantic Ocean, even though it's really cold. So I will do that and have myself go for some parties, go to have some beers in some nice bars, some cheap beers, because they are quite cheap there. You can have like a pint for €3, you know. Very different from here. And spend some time with a special one and meet some friends, perhaps traveling around a little bit. But that would be probably I'll have to do traveling alone because she's working. So yeah, my birthday is coming up also in the end of this month. That means that I will hopefully try to do something fun for the birthday. So what else did I think of? Yeah, of course. How could I forget? Another thing that is about to be released is my music, finally. And this goes a bit hand in hand with the book, you know, the poetry book, because what I've done is selected, let me see, it's 20, okay, so I have 2 music projects coming out. I don't know if it's too windy here. Go behind here. I have 2 music projects coming out, and the first one is, like I said, it's a selected poems of my poetry collection, and I have made a musical interpretation of that. Everything from just experimental sounds. I mean, obviously there's a lot of guitar there because I am a guitarist, so there's going to be a lot of guitars. And then I just speak my poetry over that in different, could you say prose? I don't know if I would like to say I do prose. Is it prose? I don't know what it's called. I guess it's called prose. But I read over my instrumental, experimental, musical sounds. 20 of them. So it's a kind of like a real full-length album. But it feels strange to say album because I don't consider it songs. You know, they are not complete songs as of a song with a structure. You know, you have a verse repeating, coming back twice, 3 times in a song, or repeating chorus, a bridge, an outro, you know, you name it. It's really not like that, but it's kind of like something like that. And this was an attempt where I actually structured it this way, if you can say that. What a nice butterfly there, you gotta see this. Yeah, I never seen something like that before. It looked like he had eyes on the wings. Yeah, so I structured it that way, and then named it Sounds in Poetry. That's what this album is going to be called. My name and Sounds in Poetry. That is one project that I really going to work towards completing that this week. It has to be completed before the end of this week, because I want to upload it now and move on. I want to release it and feel like a little bit of an accomplishment in regards to my finally my first album. The other music is that I'm releasing is a single, and this is more of a song way. This is not anywhere near the first experimental album. This is more song structure. You have an intro, you have verse coming back twice, you have 2-3 choruses. There is a long solo in it, a long guitar solo that I'm kind of proud of. And yeah, the singing is like not my strength, but somebody gotta do it. So I just did it. I just did it, and I think it's all right for being like my first ever recorded like single, I guess you could say. For singing, like I said, not being my strongest aspect, but you learn all the time. So the single includes 2 songs, and the single is going to be named Remember When, and there's one other song called Trust Me Baby. So that also is set to be released this week, and I'm very, very excited about finally, not necessarily like just having a lot of listeners, because I don't have a follower list or anything. I have nobody, and that is kind of, what should I say, it's kind of comfortable. Sometimes you question like, why am I doing this? Like, so you see so many people, there's so much music being released all the time, every day, every minute basically, and you just see people having so much followers and whatever, but then I have to remind myself, okay, but actually how long have I been doing this, and do I do it for the sake of having followers, or do I do this for, no, I make music because, yeah, I guess I just have to. It's part of telling the way I view life, or the way I see myself, or how it's a part of my vision. Like everybody has a vision, whether they know it or not. And yeah, that's just something that I feel very comfortable doing, to play music, to make music. I mean, used to be only playing guitar, like trying to sing a little bit, but now I'm really like start working with the material that I have, and I have kind of a lot of material waiting to be recorded. You gotta see this. It's done, but it's big. I didn't mushroom was growing already. But yeah, I feel excited about having finally some materials coming to be released here in a short while. So one new book, and my old book being re-released to have a more wider spread, I guess, so better distribution. One full-length like album, if you wish, that sounds in poetry, and one single being released, which includes 2 songs. Why is there flowers? Has there been a funeral ceremony here? I don't know. Very pretty flowers anyway. Sometimes I come here when I'm out running and I just stop here on the porch or the front here in front of the church and do some push-ups here. It's a small local church. You see, this church is not very big, but I would really like to go inside sometime because I've seen photos from Google Maps and it's so pretty inside there. I'm going to reveal something. I have speculated in having like a photo shoot in here for a future music actually, because it has a very nice artwork and you know it's very ancient and the tiles is very like very used and beautiful aged, if you can say, and the benches is like these wooden nice benches you can imagine in an old church. So that I have actually, and I also have, there's a castle over there, like a huge old, I don't know how old, but it's a cool castle, and they use that castle for ceremonies, you know, like a lot of weddings take place there and fancy parties in that castle. And I have also seen photos of a room inside that castle, which is like the library, I believe, and it's very pretty. And I've speculated or thought about maybe having like a photo shoot there as well for future album covers. But yeah, I don't know. They charge pretty much, I think, to have a photo shoot there. They said, I read on their website, they said call us or contact us to know more about a photo shoot. And right now I'm not in a position to really, I don't know, pay. I have no idea how much it would be. Probably they charge per hour or something like that. But it's an idea. It's definitely an idea I have. So this church is from the 1100s, can you believe it? And I'm going to show you how it looks inside there, you can see. You see wooden benches, the artwork on the arches. The lighting is just really good. So that's how it looks in there. But yeah, I think with that said, guys, I thank you for listening and taking part of my news, basically. We have some horrible news about last night or yesterday, or I guess last night for me, my time zone. What happened in Philadelphia with the presidential rally there. Very weird and horrible. It shouldn't happen anybody. Doesn't matter ideological background or political standpoint. It's just very worrisome or worrying for a country to doing that to its political electees. Or yeah, and then I'm really happy to share about the news, you know, what's coming up here. Let's see if I will try to make like some videos, like some lives. Probably I'm going to make some live video for you when I'm going to Portugal. And I'll see if I'll be doing some traveling around in the country there also. I would really like to visit the south actually. Like Lisbon, yeah, I mean, maybe, depends. Maybe if I have some friends that would be willing to meet up, you know. Otherwise, just going there alone, I don't really feel like it, to be honest. I feel like I don't need to see it anymore. It's going to be just, oh yeah, that's also a reason why I'm not interested in going to Lisbon. Because it's going to be just so insanely, it's just an insane amount of tourists, you know, and even in Porto, you know, but I'm going to stick around mostly in local neighborhoods, so But yeah, it will be a lot of tourists there also. But in particular, Lisbon and the south. But I would like to go to the south, like Algarve and Alentejo. We'll see what I will be able to manage. You know, it will be try to do something at least, not only stay in Porto. But you will know because I'm going to update you guys and make some videos from there. So until next time, take care. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Hi Chloe, I see you next time.